Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. Today, I'm going to show you how you can set up the PHP environment in Docker just in few seconds, and it is going to be really powerful. And you will be see the power of Docker, where you can switch between different versions of PHP, and it is going to be very helpful for the PHP developers, whether you wanna develop your project in different PHP like Laravel or something. I'm not a developer, but I can show you that how you can use Docker. And simply you have to run my script I've created for you guys, and I'm going to show you uh, even in the local environment. But first, I'm going to show you on the blank machine. For this purpose, I've launched EC2 instance, so I'm going to SSH into this particular machine. So advantage of this is going to be that not it is just going to set up the environment, but you can use the composer inside your Docker containers as well, and it is going to be really powerful to build your images and use the different versions of PHP, and it is deployment is going to be really powerful and automated. So first of all, let me SSH into this machine. I wanna show you how to use this script, and it is going to be really simple, just like a bash script. You can simply done on Ubuntu. I've made this script usually specifically for the Ubuntu machine because a lot of developers really love to use Ubuntu LTS, and whether you want to use the desktop, I'm going to show you the desktop part as well. And if you want to use the desktop, you can use the desktop, and also I'm going to show you the um, command line version as well. Simply, I'm going to use, let's say, call this anything, let's say PHP Docker or PHP Docker and Composer. I'm going to use, and it is going to build everything for us, even the Docker file creation. And we are going to use the Docker Compose. You don't have to even install the Docker on your machine, and the Composer installation is going to be automated. So I will provide you the link, and you have to navigate to my repository QuickBooks 2018 Docker. And just want to say before doing every step that if you haven't subscribed my channel, please like, share, and subscribe my channel for the latest videos. And I'm going to give you all the script and automation required to set up the environment. So simply I've just paste the script, and I'm going to make it executable. And this particular script is definitely available also on my AWS repository QuickBooks 2018 as well. So I'm going to run it. Simply what it is going to do, it is going to first install the Docker on your machine, then it is going to install the Docker Compose latest version, and then it is going to pull the images, and the image is going to be PHP 7. And I'm going to show you how you can switch between the versions. So I recommend you to use the latest version, and we are going to switch from PHP 7 to PHP 8, or something like the real close one. The reason I recommend you to not to use the old version of PHP like PHP 5 or something, because those are pretty much deprecated and there are a lot of dependencies. Although it is going to work, but you have to do some extra stuff like is have to install packages and stuff. So I recommend you to use the latest version, and I'm going to show you how you can switch between the versions as well, and also show you the Docker Compose is going to be automatically available in the container, and let it run. So it is a complete LAMP stack, or you can say XAMPP inside your Docker container, and you see everything is going to be up and running and available for you in a few minutes. It is the pulling relevant images, and it will show you everything is up and running. So MySQL Server, PHP admin, and web server, which include the PHP versions. So let me show you what directory it created. It will create the public HTML inside your machine. Currently, we are not inside the container. We are outside the machine. We don't have any PHP environment setup. What I'm going to do into is to simply navigate to public HTML directory, and I'm going to create one file here. And the file I'm going to create, let me just simply copy from my machine. And same stuff, you can use, give this lamp any name of your project. So this is just a demonstration. So I'm going to navigate into my VM. So what I'm going to do is I show you that you have to simply run the script, and let me close the other terminal as well. So what it is going to do, that it's going to all automatically create those Docker file and Docker Compose YAML files. So you don't have to even do something. How you can switch this, switch between the images, I will show you in a moment. So what I'm going to do is to simply get the contents of this PHP info, and I'm going to create one file here, vim PHP, let's say call this PHP info. You can give this any name, PHP info dot PHP, just to show you the version of that I'm able to access any stuff from outside my machine as well. So let me copy. Okay, so let's try to access this file. Currently, I'm using the port 80. You can choose any port, and I'm going to show you that everything is written in script. That if I do, see, this is the PHP myadmin. If you wanna use, you can use the port 5000, and uh, um, for if you want to use the web server, like we are going to show, I'm going to show you, I'm using port 80. You can change to port 80 or any port of your choice. So for this demo I'm using the um, port 8080. So I'm going to simply copy the IP address and navigate to this IP, and I'm going to put the port 8080 here. This is the AWS machine, just to make sure that you should open the ports as well. So in case you're not able to see, php info.php will show me the version. You see currently this is running the PHP 7.4. So it is, I want to show you the power of the Docker as well. It is not just the automated deployment I want to show you here. I want to show you the composer inside, how you can build your project, and I'm going to do Docker exec into this particular container, and I'm going to simply show you that Composer is available. I'm installing. We have actually built that through our Docker build command, and I'm going to show you the composer. Okay, composer. So this is the composer version. You see, this is the version we are using. It is automatically available for by simply running the script, and if I do any build with Composer, it is going to be available inside my local public HTML folder. So currently, if let's say you see, I have not created. I'm inside the container, and this PHP info file is available. So if I do Control D or exit, you see, I'm on my local host. So in the public HTML folder, if I do any creation here, it will be available inside because of the volume mounted. So this part is done. Now I'm going to show you the how you can switch between the images. Let's say I wanna use the latest version of PHP, or wanna use test different environment, or my application is in a different version of the PHP. Let me show you. You have to simply copy this command and paste it here. So I'm outside the Docker, just to tell you that again. Now on the host machine, it is showing me every version available for the uh, PHP, and from the Docker Hub. you can see from there as well. But it is going to be time consuming, and by using this command, you will be able to see the images. Let's say I wanna use this latest alpha buster, or let's say I want to use this test my application I'm building here. I'm building will be in this. So what I'm going to do is to just simply press CD. Make sure you should be in the directory where your Docker Compose YAML file. So what I'm going to do is to simply Docker Compose down, and one thing I need to tell you, you that you can use multiple version in of PHP on your host machine in parallel. I mean, you can on different ports. Let's say I'm using 8080 version of PHP 7 on port 880, and on port 80 you can use, let's say, port version 8. So in that particular directory you have your version, and it is going to be available on that particular port. So, but for that, just you have to make sure that everything in the port or convention, if naming convention is there, uh, you have placed in the Docker script or make changes. So you should have to tweak some changes in the basket. But the purpose of this video to show you the power of the Docker Composer and PHP environment, how you can set up so quickly. So I'm going to use this command Docker Compose down, and I'm going to simply show you that I'm going to update this Docker file. So I want to use this version which I've copied just a moment ago with in front of you. So I'm going to paste it here. So, okay, I guess copy was not okay. Let me just simply do it again. And I'm going to do Docker file. I'm going to vim it. Okay, I'm going to paste this here. So this is the 8.0. I'm not a PHP developer, but I just wanna show you that how you can use this powerful feature in your container. Docker compose hyphen up d and dash dash build. Make sure you use this flag dash dash build. So it is gonna pull this image for us. And currently, you see, in our, let's say, in our previous project or directory, we were using 7.3. So uh, it is going to pull the latest uh, PHP 8 blah blah version, and you will see the container up and running. So simply I'm going to show you the processes. These are up, and let me, if I refresh it, hopefully you'll see the different version. You see version PHP. So this is the powerful feature of Docker you should use, guys. And let's say I wanna uh, go inside the Docker, and I want to create I want to use Docker Composer, which is a very powerful tool which developers you should use for their project. So I'm going to do simply SSH into this particular container, and this is the container with PHP version. Okay, Docker exec interactive shell inside this, and as I showed you that I have a composer here, composer. So if I create any project with this, uh, all the file will be available outside my public HTML, and I'm going to show you in the local as well, because the process and trick is the same. So as I told you, I'm not a developer, so I've just simply looked this project, Docker fixer, whatever. So I'm going to use this command inside my Docker container. Okay, let me put. Okay, so I guess this is the command for the container I'm going to use, and let's try Composer here. So Composer, it is going for, you see, it is looking for the images, writing log, and generated automated file. See, Faker is cloning uh, the relevant field to download from. Anyway, you see, these are the, I guess, files, relevant files. So as I told you, I'm not a developer, and I don't know uh, how to use the composer. But as for the developer, that inside the container, I just want to show you that these are all the file which is going to be available outside your, and every as I've not installed the PHP inside outside my machine, so everything is created. And if I do, you see composer log, composer.json, and if I do control D outside the container, and if I do ls public HTML folder, you see every stuff is there. The vendor folder, I guess, which is created by the composer, and all the stuff is there. So, Faker Factory, and okay, I'm going to, okay, so I've used this project as a demo inside my machine. Let it try from there. And what I'm going to do is to simply um, get the contents of index.php, and I'm going to try Docker Faker because I don't want to go into the depth of this Faker stuff, and but I want to show you in this part as well. And even I'm going to show you that um, okay, if I do ls do cd and cd to, I want to show you stuff. Okay, navigate to lamp and do docker compose process C running or not. So no processes are running. I'm going to say docker compose up hyphen d in a detached mode and dash dash build if anything I've updated as far as the projects is concerned. So everything is going to be available inside my machine. I'm going to open this uh, in the web browser and let it open. Okay, so okay, I'm going till then I'm going to um, create a one file in this which is going to be index.php. So okay, I'm going to save it, and if I navigate to my port 80. Okay, so currently it is not showing me any. Oh, sorry, port 80. 80 I'm using it. So there is one error, whatever the syntax error or blah blah. I have to check that. Anyway, this is the video with regard to the version. You see, let me open this, and uh, if I've tried this project, but for the sake of demo, you see, it is working fine in my machine, and the files which are used by Composer. Let me show you. If I navigate to public HTML and composer.json, I guess required. So okay, copy, and I'm going to see the stuff inside my composer.json here. Okay, and let's try this. Let's try this. And I forget the command anyway, but this is the way you can use the composer from your container to your host machine. And if I do docker ps-a, I have to go inside my container again to use the docker to use the composer actually. So this is how easy if you know the composer how to use it. But the purpose of this video is not to show you guys how to use the composer, as you are the PHP developer and you are completely aware of the fact how to use the composer. And if you want to see how to use the composer, you can watch videos from other guys who are PHP experts and use Docker composers. So uh, if I navigate to this part, okay, and I guess if I navigate to Docker composer, composer GitHub. So you will see the project is available and you can do some testing and examples as well. So Docker, okay, Docker, okay, compose. I should type the composer picker actually. Composer picker. So this is the project, and you can try whatever the command they are actually telling you to use. And I guess these are the commands I should be using anyway. Let me try these. Packages are installed, okay, and then I'm going to go path to PHP autoloader, okay, which I've already copied from my uh, machine. And if I do cat index.php, so cat.index.php, so Blender autoload PHP, okay. So index.php we have already created, and you see it is now showing in our environment. It is showing path to this one, okay. And create fake data, okay. Okay, index.php is there now, and there is some error, I guess, on the line number 4. So I have to check that index.php. Okay, I'm inside the container, so it is saying Vim is not available. I'm going to go outside and try this and set numbers. Okay, colon 4. I'm on line 4. Okay, 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 okay. So I have to get rid of these lines. So these were also copied, and there is a copy issue. Let me simply copy the stuff again here. So what I'm going to do is to simply get the index.php. So these are the line I should be copy, and I'm going to paste here, and just wanna say check that everything should be working. So just refresh the page. Yes, it is working, and it is a fake data with regard to different name. So see guys how I can switch between the uh, versions of PHP, and I'm able to use the composer inside my containers, and the files are also available outside. You see I'm currently outside my container. And one thing I need to tell you that if you try the different older version, you might get an error. Why I'm saying that? I've tried those because two older versions of PHP actually not giving PHP error, but the operating system we are using inside the container of PHP, which are the official images we are actually using. These are not my these are not my PHP images built by me. Let me show you. Navigate to Docker Hub and simply type the PHP, and we are using the official PHP images from Docker Hub, and you should be very comfortable that anything which you are using is the official provided by the PHP, um, and you are pulling those images. And from this command, I'm going to show you that you will be able to see all the images of PHP. So let me try the older one, and if I get an error, I will show you that. But it doesn't really mean that if that particular image, let me try this, is okay with the dependencies and everything, you will not see any error. Let me try now the uh, let me let me now try this command, and let me show you guys the Docker compose up. Okay, uh, I'm going to say Control C. All containers are going to die now. I'm also want to remove these dead containers as well. So I'm going to use this command. You can use these command from my repository, or even you can watch those and use those. So all these containers are now removed. So what I'm going to do is to simply navigate to Docker file and try to use that particular image which I showed you guys is of PHP 5. So you might get an error, but I'm going to show you the Docker uh, compose um, up -d and dash dash build. So let's see what it is going to do. It's going to pull that particular image. You see PHP 5.6.9 Apache, and it is going to pull that, and our containers are going to be up and running. And let's see if we have any dependency issue like Git or something. It is not able to install. So let's see. It is not for every image. Just to tell you that. Um, we are running Git inside our kind of containers as well. But for the sake of this demo, I have to tell you that in case of any older version, if you see uh, these sort of error, I highly recommend it you to use not to use those versions. So in such case, we don't have any error. I just want to show you now. I'm going to say sorry, I'm going to use the ps command to show you the process are absolutely running fine. And if I navigate to /php info, I want to show you the version. Now we have the version 5.6.9. You see how we can easily switch between the versions of PHP, and I show you different issues and tell you about those issues what you might face. But this is the powerful feature, and we have everything up and running. Let me show you the last thing inside it, that we have Composer even with this version of 5.6.9. So I am going to simply copy the ID here, and I'm going to do Docker into this particular container. and simply type the composer. Okay, so that is it, guys. Hopefully you like the video. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. And I will come back with more new videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.